Okay, this week we are at the Heathcote Model Railway Exhibition, and the first thing you'll notice about this exhibition is that it's all things 7mm, from big layouts to little teeny tiny layouts. And well, in this show there's a big surprise for one of the traders here. More about that later on. This is the largest layout in the show. We'll get to that last, but we'll start with one of the smallest, Oldham King Street. It's a lovely small railway in A. It shows what you can do, isn't it? You can fit this into the home, can't you?
Yeah, it's 8 feet long on the visible part, so it just fits in the spare room. And
you've concentrated on modern image,
yep,
which is nice to see, and detail. Boy, you've gone for detail, haven't you? Here?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk through some of the details that you've got going. I can see welding. Is that a Roger Murray?
It's a Roger Murray, yeah, with the random sparking on it, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. And on the platform, well, talk me through some of the things you've got there, like the trolleys, for instance.
Yeah, we've got etched trolleys, luggage trolleys and brute trolleys with the newspapers in. Then further on, we've got proper station benching, lights that switch on and off on the platform. We've got a fancy dress party that are collecting for charity with the 6-foot chicken and the burglar. And there's also things like the skip and buskers and barrier fencing, that kind of thing.
I was drawn also to your notices on the boards and at the end of the platform. Where are you getting those from? Is that computer led?
No, they're purchased. I forget which firm it is, but you can buy them and you just cut them out and stick them on.
It's drawn the crowds, and you've drawn the kids as well, haven't you? You've put plenty on there for them to find, haven't you?
Yeah, and there's a little competition that asks if you find everything, then you can win a prize. So we've got a box of sweets.
As an expert, the new sound cards and what have you for the locomotives, what do you think of them?
I think they're fantastic. We've just converted over to DCC in the past couple of weeks. Because I saw the sound units. We previously had lights and smoke, but no sound. And when we converted to sound, it makes the massive difference. So a lot of the locos are fitted with Southwest digital sound chips now, which are fantastic.
Nice to see something in this scale that isn't steam, Barry. What led you to this?
Well, it's one of the things that at the moment no one else is doing, and not a lot of people are doing Southern Region. So basically it was a hole in the market, really. It's
obviously, is it a love of yours, one presumes?
It's growing on me. I did start off like most people in steam, and basically I think the initial great love of mine was Midland Railway. But most people know are modelling the eras that they remember, and BR era is the one that a lot of people are modelling nowadays.
Are you attracting a lot of interest at the show?
Since I've done it, it's been about 9 months in development at the moment. The prototype was shown at Telford last year, and there's been a considerable amount of interest in the Southern EMUs.
This is the prototype here, isn't it, on the top shelf?
It is.
And it looks lovely, but you've improved even further on that, haven't you?
I have. Again, with showing the prototype for about 6 months now, I've had some good criticism, and there's a lot of people out there that know a lot more about it than any one person can. So it's developed now over about 8 or 9 months, and hopefully the production model is correct.
Well, it's lovely to see somebody doing a kit in what is my favourite sector of the railways. Okay, you may remember earlier that I made a reference to someone getting a bit of a surprise today.
The real engine will now give much pleasure to people in many places around the country, and we, that's on behalf of the whole society, Peter, hope this model will give you that much enjoyment on your layout. And there we are, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Glory. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thanks, Jeff.
So appreciated.
But we were determined. And I remember standing next to it, and I only ever had one from the very beginning. There was always one thing that everybody I'd insisted. The first shovel of coal in was mine, and the first guy to open the regulator was me. And unfortunately, we lost Mr. Broadbent the week before we steamed it, and he had been absolutely integral to what we were doing. Without him, we couldn't have done it. And there were two old boys stood next to it that morning. It was a beautiful, beautiful autumn morning from the works, and they both were about 78, 79, and they said, "Be careful up there, Pete, it'll go bloody backwards." They always went backwards when you open the book for the first time. No, I said, "It won't go backwards, it'll go bloody backwards." So I was determined, just because of what we'd done, it wasn't going to go backwards. And I opened the regulator, and nothing happened. Closed it, opened it again, and nothing happened. Bloody told you it'd go backwards. And I thought, it bloody ain't going backwards. And I yanked this open, the biggest ball of rust you have ever seen descended over crew. And these two old boys were covered from head to toe in rust. I went, "That bloody serves you right." And it went forward. Thanks very much indeed.
Well, Peter, that was nice, wasn't it?
Unusual, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think anybody's ever given me anything before. Amazing.
And a lovely engine in real life and a beautiful model as well.
Yeah, it was. And, the ironic thing is I've been trying to get Jeff to build us one for Leamington Spa for 6 months. I wondered why he kept saying, no, I don't want to build one. The crafty devil, he had it up his sleeve all the time.
Yeah, so that'll be out and running on Sunday night, will it?
When I get home tonight, I'll be running on the train. Let me tell you, won't wait tomorrow.
Well, you're here for Just Like the Real Thing, of course, this weekend. And, Peter, I have to say, this is obviously your first love, isn't it? These models they're brilliant. The kits, the level of detail. You've really gone to town, haven't you?
Well, I've been modelling, I've been railway modelling for 50 years, and it's no matter what. But even when I worked in the States, I always had a kit in a box that I would fettle on at night. When I decided to start finally building my own layout, it was quite obvious because I wanted a model 55 to 62 that the diesel kit that were around for what I was trying to achieve just weren't good enough. It would have taken probably 20 years to have built them, but the technology just didn't work for me. And so I saw a firm in Scotland who had come up with some new ideas. So I got up the guy, and we started with coaches, and then we started with the diesels. And with the technology we've got, it's £1 million of the technology.
You are using, it's not a cottage industry,
oh,
is
no,
it? You're
no,
using state-of-the-art technology, aren't
we
you?
use exactly the same technology as Hornby do in China, and we do it in Scotland. But it is exactly the same technology. The machines are exactly the same machines.
Well, a grateful public have received it so well, haven't they?
It's fantastic.
Business is booming, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And we were chatting earlier, weren't we, and discussing the whole diesel situation. That is so popular now, isn't it?
Oh, the diesels outsell the steam. The steam now, to be honest, if I wasn't building Leamington Spa, sort of pre-1960, I wouldn't even bother doing it with the steam engine. The steam engines are so slow. We're just about to issue a new diesel for the Class 25s. Well, that will stop the factory. Literally, we won't be able to produce anything else. That will be it.